Hey, what is going on, my brotherhood? Welcome to another new episode of Like,
Oh my god.
Love,
Changing it up a bit.
and Destroy.
Is that a Zelda heart?
I think it
No.
is. I'm not 100% sure, but
It's
I
Well, it's not red.
thought since we haven't been doing this in a while,
That's
I thought
hard. Zelda hard to do 4 coins.
That's true.
I'd change it up, and have some new, gifts for our awesome Like, Love, Destroy.
I don't like change.
I don't like change.
I know. What happened to the spin? No spinning.
Why is there no spitting?
Well, you guys got so irritated at that. If you guys are excited, I hope you are. Head on down to that like button and give it a little explosion on that like button. And if you're new, make sure you hit that little bell with all your heart. Not a quarter, not half, not 3/4, all your heart. Because here at the Brotherhood, we love with all of our hearts. And if you hit that little bell, you'll always know when a little bit of Mod Creations, YouTube, and cosplay content is coming your way. Here at Like, Love, Destroy, if you guys haven't watched before, we break down specific genres of fun, entertaining stuff. And
Oh, you don't have the
nope, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh, no.
We take genres of information and split it down into a like, love, and destroy from each one of us, and then discussing our opinions on that. Which, by the way, it is just an opinion, so if you have your own opinions, let us know in the comment section down below. This week we're going to be discussing Dungeons and Dragons. Races.
That's
Okay.
That's racist, yo.
We're about to get racist in here. Man,
Oh.
there's positive racism. If I say I
There
like,
is not
Yeah.
positive. Don't
I
say
didn't
that.
say it's not racist. Be positive racist. To say
Stop it. Just
okay,
stop.
we're not going there.
We're just skipping that.
But we're going to be discussing the various races that you can find in any of the published books from Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons series. So no homebrew this time. We might do a homebrew episode later on, but right now we're sticking to just the core that is Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons races. And let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of an honorable mention. Honorable mention.
You went all out on this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool? I want one of these now.
I've seen them.
They're really cool. You just put all the dice up there, you pull a little lever.
Okay.
But I have 2 honorable mentions because...
Two?
2! Hey, it's been a while. I had to bring it to the people.
Okay.
Lame.
Wow. I don't want to hear any complaints from me ever.
All right, so for my first honorable mention, I had to bring up the Turtles!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Turtles, as far as I know, are brand new to the 5th edition series of D&D. What many turtles consider a simple life, others might call a life of adventure. Turtles are born near sandy coastlines, but as soon as they're able to walk on 2 legs, they become nomad survivalists, eager to explore the wilderness, experience its many worlds, put their skills to the test, and make new acquaintances. Turtles start their lives with only the simple tools and items left by their parents. A curious lot. I believe I spelled curious wrong.
Yeah, you did.
Turtles spend their lives in search of different hobbies or things to satiate their interest. A turtle might see a wizard cast a spell and focus completely on magic for a week, only to hear a passionate speech from a priest and devote his life to the priest's god. Fleeting creatures, turtles should never be trusted to devote their lives to any one passion.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure curios is actually a word. I think they're like nicknames.
I think curios, but that's still wrong.
I don't know. Curios, I think is like
I don't
a
know.
knick-knack or something. So that might be why you didn't catch it, because I think it's actually a word.
Well, it might be. But turtles are really interesting to me. I love the idea of playing a turtle who keeps multi-classing as he finds different interests during gameplay. This would probably be really annoying for other players in the game. It would make playing in general difficult, but I like to stay true to the idea of the race. A great example would be a turtle seeing a fighter who uses an exotic weapon like a war fan and becomes infatuated with the idea of using it, so takes his first class as fighter. After a while, the turtle sees a wizard casting magic missile and forgets all about the war fan and is now only interested in that. But that's kind of like what turtles are. They're really, fleeting creatures. And What do you mean?
They're old.
He just looks old. But they only live to be like 50. But I've never played a turtle. I want to play a turtle. I think they're cool. I think they're interesting.
You would have to pay 5th edition.
I don't have a problem with that.
I'm dying to do that.
And it means someone else would have to run one.
Yeah, I know. I don't ever get to play anything because I always run it. Someone else, come to me.
Okay,
Be my GM.
Technically, we've both run campaigns.
Yeah.
So.
But someone with 5th edition D&D on the mind, come to me. I love you.
I mean, I could probably run a 5th edition one.
So the next race I want to talk about are the Warforged. Warforged are formed from a blend of organic and inorganic materials. Root-like cords infused with alchemical fluids serve as their muscles, wrapped around a framework of steel, darkwood, or stone. Armored plates form a protective outer shell and reinforced joints. All Warforged share a common facial design with a hinged jaw and crystal eyes embedded beneath a reinforced brow ridge. A sigil is engraved into the center of their forehead. This is unique to each Warforged. Beyond these common elements of Warforged design, the precise materials and build of a Warforged vary based on the purpose for what it was designed. A Juggernaut warrior is a massive brute with a heavy steel frame, while a skirmisher can be crafted from wood and light mithril to grant it lithe and elegant movement. Lithe. I'm sorry.
Lithe.
While they're formed from stone and steel, Warforged are living humanoids. Resting, healing, magic, and medicine all still provide the same benefits to Warforged that they do to other humanoids. A Warforged can focus its mind on its body as it rests, adjusting its shape and form to assume one of the few defensive postures. A Warforged who expects heavy combat might focus on durability, while during a time of peace they might be content to adopt a lighter, less aggressive form. Warforged are a race whose sole original creation was to be used as tools in the destruction of their creator's enemies. Playing a Warforged to me would be like playing a character whose sole purpose has been played out and now has to find their own way in the world. It's scary and a little exciting to delve into a race where once you had purpose and now you have nothing. I think Warforged are interesting, you know. They have they have no sense of self or identity, and when they're finally granted it, they don't know what to do with it.
Well, yeah.
So I think it's interesting.
That's when you become a mercenary. Murder.
A lot of
hobo.
Warforged tend to become mercenaries or
Murder
soldiers.
hobo.
Yeah, murder hobo. But those are my honorable mentions. I like Warforged and Turtles. I've never gotten to play a Warforged though. I even made a Warforged character, and I was going to use it as an NPC in my game. Ended up giving it to a player, so yeah.
That was a terrible idea.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But oh crap! Oh crap! I did it in the wrong order. Ah.
That was amazing.
Time to roll a like.
Oh my gosh, that was funny, Caleb.
Time to roll some likes. Can you guys guess what my like is?
No, keep going. We're not playing this game.
My likes are changelings.
Jeez, you really did put those around.
I did put them out of order. I'm not fixing it. So I'm not gonna read everything about changelings. I'll just read what.
Thank goodness.
Oh God, shut up!
Look at that! Like that's like a
I didn't
thesis.
think you wrote books in here.
That's for people watching if they want to know more about changelings while we talk about it. Changelings.
No.
If you want to pause to read more about changelings and learn a little bit more about the a race as a whole, pause it right now and check it out. Changelings are awesome simply because you could be anything. While you won't get all the racial bonuses that come with playing a dwarf, an elf, an orc, or a human, you get to interact with others as one. And that's one of the most important aspects of tabletop gaming to me is the role-playing aspect.
Your changelings are annoying.
I'll talk about that here in a minute. Playing a changeling, though, comes with its own set of problems. Changelings are usually viewed as untrustworthy, vile tricksters who use their gifts to upset the natural order. Untrusted by society on a grander scale, to play a changeling would mean to play a character that once your true identity is revealed, those who you didn't allow to truly know you would more than likely respond in a distrusting manner. While others view this as deceptive and wrong on the changeling's end, changelings do this naturally as a part of their life. Putting on a face isn't meant to deceive others, but to express oneself. So the one time I did play a changeling, I played one that had multiple personality disorder. I think we were all kind of playing characters that had some kind of like like mental aspect to them as an interesting, you know.
My character was not mental.
I meant what I meant by that was we were
Has
delving.
a very unique horse.
We were delving into what would it be like to play a character that has a unique mindset, something like, you know, bipolar or something like that. And I thought we were.
I don't know. That was Adam's campaign. That
Well,
was like the very first time I played Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I decided to
Mine
play a
had nothing
changeling
left.
with multiple personality disorder.
Say
And
copies.
anytime something that triggered my changeling, like for example when the changeling was a short, stout dwarf, if I got outwitted or outsmarted, my changeling would automatically just switch and become a elf who was supposedly a wizard that tried to, you know, cast magic and was very intelligent.
No.
But when that elf was overpowered or, you know, made to feel weak, it would change back into the dwarf.
No, and then you had a human.
I had a human female too, and
You went between the dwarf and the human a lot.
yeah, I did.
And it was awful because none of them would remember what the hell they were doing.
They weren't aware of each other.
Yeah, I know. So then we'd be in the middle of a mission or something, and they'd change, and we're
It
like,
was really interesting.
No.
That's another thing I really like about D&D is
It's-
being able to do things like that in the game.
no, because then we were
I kinda like
wait, where
characters
did
like that.
we're like, where did the other person go? Like, and then it's like, what am I doing here? And they're like, who are you?
Well,
like,
they were vaguely aware of each other,
it was annoying.
but they weren't aware that they were all in the same body because the dwarf would come out and go, "Oh, it's time to fight."
Yeah, I know. And he'd be wearing a dress and be like, what happened? Who changed my clothes? And we're like, we're in the middle of something. What's happening? God damn it.
I really enjoyed playing the changeling though. I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. I got some changeling art for you here. So here's a picture of a changeling. I really thought she was cute and adorable. I loved her a lot.
Look like she ready to get ran over.
Here's another changeling. Here's another one.
Uh-huh.
Here's another one.
You're so funny.
I thought I was funny.
That was actually very clever.
So here's some other changeling art for you guys to check out.
That was clever.
You're just mad because I'm funny and you're not.
I don't find it funny.
You're just.
I'm so annoyed at you right now.
I found it very clever.
So that was my like. For my love, let's roll out some love. Time to roll some love. Roll it. My love, I put these completely out of order.
You did.
My love are the dwarves. I absolutely love dwarves. Dwarves are the classic D&D
I
character
could have
race for
guessed
me.
this one.
They're the classic D&D race for me. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about dwarves and read the first two paragraphs, pause it right now. Dwarves are the stout, resilient race I've always loved since my first introduction to fantasy. I've always felt that if I were to be a race in D&D, that I would be a dwarf. My wife and others saying I share a lot of similarities with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I didn't even have to argue. Dwarf creations, while somewhat eccentric, are beautifully crafted pieces of art that function just as much as art as they do as weapons of war. And real quick, I want to point something out to you guys. Do you see these knee pads on this character, the female character? I love that when characters have that, either as a shield or, you know, a chest piece that has, like, the face of Morden on there, you know, Morden being the god of dwarves.
Mhm.
I love that in dwarf armor. But I also like, you know, the geometric shapes and everything. I love
Very
it.
clean. Very clean.
I love it. The straight lines and shapes and the faces on their armor make for beautiful pieces to wear. Not only is their armor and weapons visually stunning, dwarves also know how to throw a party. Drinking, good food, and great music, the stories of warriors through time, and legendary artifacts make for a great game. I really believe dwarves are the one race that make for a fun time. I love dwarves. I think they're fun characters. They're always jolly. They're always, you know, ready to have a good time with anybody. But they're always ready to fight, too. So...
Right.
So here are some pictures of dwarves that I found. Like this, for example.
You're
I
lying.
love.
That's a changeling.
Yeah, it's probably a
You can
changeling.
tell.
It's probably a changeling. This is a dwarf wizard. But look at that. She decided to wear this like big giant belt buckle thing with a face of a dwarven god on it. I love that. I think it's so cool. Here's another changeling. That's me wee lad Gimli.
Still count as one.
That still only counts as one. I love Gimli. And here's a dwarf cleric. I'm gonna throw this out there, by the way. If you're a cleric and you're wielding a bladed weapon, you are playing the cleric wrong. Just
I
saying.
think you're supposed to play with it. Like, I don't even think you're trained in a bladed weapon at the beginning of
Just
the
saying. Just saying. But I also got some other related dwarf species, like the deep dwarves, which they do not show a single piece of their skin. They cover themselves in stone and metal armor. And I thought that was cool. We've got the Azur, which come from the elemental plane of fire. They're literally fire creatures that inhabit bronze dwarf-shaped bodies. The white dwarves, which live on top of mountains and believe that the gods the other dwarves served are wrong, and that the one true god is the sun god. The Duergar, who are kind of like the dwarf version of Drow, who live in the Underdark. And then you also have the Darrow, which also live in the Underdark, but they're crazy-looking dwarf-human hybrids. Yeah, they're
Precious.
precious. So then I also found these really, really, really awesome pictures of dwarf women, and I'm not gonna lie, hot. I mean, the full beard's kind of weirded me out a little bit. But no, I also like this picture. Look, I want to make this character. She is cute and spunky
I
looking.
didn't know you like mutton chops so much.
I didn't think I'd like them on women either, but now I'm kind of like, yeah.
Well, I can't grow that, Caleb, so unfortunately.
I wasn't asking you to.
I know, I'm just saying.
Just so you know, I wasn't asking you to, but
Maybe once I start going through menopause.
You really had to bring that up in this video?
Alright, well, it's nice knowing you guys. I'm out.
But no, I never thought I could be so attracted to women with facial hair before.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. So, for my destroy, let's roll that destroy on out. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate.
Probably.
My destroyer, Dragonborn.
Oh.
Huh.
Wow.
Go ahead and pause it and read the first couple paragraphs if you want to learn a little bit more about Dragonborn. But the reason...
Rude.
I believe Dragonborn are amazing, visually stunning creatures. I just get tired of all the dragon love. Dragons are overused, overdone, and borderline boring to me. Dragons are so incredibly powerful, and it's reflected in this race for their breath weapons, which grants them a powerful natural attack that's far more powerful than any other race gets.
Yeah, because they're dragons.
Yeah, well, I think Dragonborn are overdone, overused, just like their dragon cousins. I think I don't like them.
Huh.
Rude.
I think they're visually stunning. You know,
Rude.
like this one looks like he has braids almost. It's cool. I like it. And this lady's like, I don't know what you call those, like tendrils.
Dreads, kind of like, but yeah.
Dread like tendrils. But I have some pictures here, and they look great. I love this purple dragon. He looks awesome.
I hope Matt never watches this.
I don't care. I think this purple dragon looks awesome. And also, this guy looks freaking awesome.
Do you know why he looks awesome? Because dragons are awesome.
And this guy looks freaking awesome. Look at it. He almost kind of looks lizard folkish, but he's still a dragonborn. And this guy looks amazing. He looks like if I ran into him in a corner market, I'd probably poop myself.
I would totally.
Dragons are awesome.
But I do not like dragonborn. I think they're overdone and overused, just like the dragons they're based off of. So, but that is my set of slides. Who's going next?
I don't care.
I can show mine. I have no problem with that.
All right.
Now this is my Like, Love, Destroy D&D Races by Red Eyes Merc, the JJ.
The JJ.
I didn't know you spelled your name like that.
Yeah.
I always put just J's. J,
Now,
J.
the first race that I like, I mean, I do like this particular race a lot. That I literally gave it so many thumbs up that I can literally take all the thumbs and make me a thumb army with it.
Wow. I hate you. Oh my gosh.
No.
That's awful.
Yeah.
You're both awful. Jesus.
Don't be mad at my thumb army because I really like them. The only reason I like
I
them.
like your background.
Thank you. I actually.
You literally took all the 3.5 and 3.0 D&D books and kind of like splayed them across
Well,
the
I'm
screen.
I know it was actually kind of hard to find because I was trying to find something that displayed all the books, and like this was the one I found. I was like, it's probably missing like 2 or 3 books, but it was like whatever. It'll work. It's great.
Oh, I know you're missing 2 or 3 books from this one.
Yeah, but the race I love is Genasi's.
Wait,
I
that
mean,
you like or love?
I'm sorry, like. I like Genasi.
You are playing one.
Yes, I am currently playing one in our current campaign. And the reason I actually like the Genasi is mostly because of the simple fact that divine beings, master of their own elements, touched by the Great Plains. And the one thing I do hate about Genasi is the fact that like they just bad parents, completely bad parents. Well, yeah, no, like you got air, fire, earth, lava, magma, all of them. All of them have great stats, great ability. It's just overall pretty good. I'm still learning a little bit more of it, so sorry I can't give you more, but I can let you know they are from the Elemental Evil Player Companion book. So if you want to like
In
find
5th edition.
yes. So if you want to find out more about them, you can go in there and find some. I couldn't really like pull anything up to like display for you without copyright infringement, but I can show off the book, so there's that much. What else guys got? Oh yeah. Next one would be my love.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You really did go all out for this one.
I know, this is way more than you usually do.
Yep, and that's the half orc.
Oh gosh, half orcs.
My reason for loving the half orc is actually because of
Did you play them?
oh yeah, I played the crap out of half orcs. I mean, mostly they have a good story with the whole, they had a little alliance with humans and, made off and all that stuff. It's kind of shunned upon, but still pretty overall. I actually like the one ability they get is the fact like it's like an endurance kind of thing where you get knocked below 0 without dying. You still have the ability to actually make one more action before falling unconscious.
I believe with 5th edition, you just go to 1 HP.
Yeah, with 5th edition, go to 1 HP.
Which is still really good.
And you cannot use it again until after a long rest.
Yep.
But like in the original 3.5, you can get one more action before falling unconscious. I normally use that action to drink a potion to increase my HP so I could be fine. Plus in 3.5, your intelligence could never be below 3, which actually was cool for me because I had a DM that actually had whatever we roll is what we roll, and I had like a 3, and I put that intelligence plus with the negative they get, so it doesn't matter. It stood at a 3, and I tell you more about Nordic some other time.
Now, one thing that I like about half orcs is that they tend to be revered by their people for being the most intelligent person. They end up leading their war armies, but at the same time, since they're not true orcs, they're smaller and more not
really pathetic, but they
weaker creatures.
Yes.
So they're still revered, but at the same time, they're also pitied by orcs, because they'll never be as strong as an actual orc.
Yeah, and because the human tendency, of the half orc is the reason why they can actually beat regular orcs, depending on the scenario.
It's the intelligence.
I don't like orcs.
I mean, I love half orcs.
I don't like orcs.
And my destroyer is literally Dragonborn.
Oh my
Oh, that's an Uber destroy right there!
Wow.
Now,
Rude.
my reason for destroying Dragonborn is actually similar to Moch. It's just they overplayed. They really are. Everywhere I turn, just like, oh, Dragonborn. Like, I've been in so many campaigns where there's so many people who always want to be a Dragonborn,
And not only do they want the freaking breath weapon that naturally comes with it, they try to talk their DM into letting them have wings and tails. When in the book it specifically says that they do not have wings and tails.
Why wouldn't you try for wings and tails?
Because you're already an overpowered monstrosity compared to every
but
other
then you
player.
have the wings and tails.
Yeah, but it's not really necessary.
I'm
It's
offended.
really not.
I'm offended for Dragonborns.
And the second reason why I also destroyed Dragonborn, because as I was going through all the races, it's literally the one that I like the least. like I wouldn't like destroy them, but I will destroy them because in fact it's just like it's how should I put this? The Charizard, the Pikachu of D&D, they're just always there. You can't get rid of them.
Dragonborns are great.
Yeah, we know they suck.
I'm a little angry.
Yeah, and that's it for my
I like that.
destroy.
Wow. Are you just like screwing around with that? Like you're like, let's do it this way, this way.
All right. So we have somebody that's not here with us today, but we want to show off what she worked on for hers.
Do you remember Cuties? She fell asleep, so she can't do the video now.
Well, she also has to work in the morning, and it's pretty late for us right now. So,
Yeah, so
but here's Cuties
noob style, whatever
like
that
love
meant.
destroy races noob style.
Whatever that meant.
Her like race, dwarves. I love Cuties already.
Now, the reason why she actually liked dwarves because she used to play the hero system and she used to play nothing but dwarves and she just loved playing short, stout
She
people.
really does. She likes
Like
playing
every
short people.
every campaign she liked playing the short people.
I like the face on the armor and on the belt buckle and her shield.
Yeah, we're not going back into that, Caleb. But yeah, she does like to play short characters.
Yeah, and then of course for some reason she always find it a lot easier playing as the short one. And dwarfs was best for her because they craftsmanship, like they pretty much good when they like making
She does
stuff
like to
and all that
craft
stuff.
things too.
Yeah, so like that's why she picked dwarf.
Dwarves are awesome. They're the best race in D&D.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So, Cutie's love race is...
Humans.
Oh, she likes humans.
That's lame.
Well,
What?
her love for humans was practically simple. The fact that they are literally jack of all trades. You can like practically do anything and everything, and plus they get so many
Bonus skills,
advantages,
bonus feats.
That's because they're lame. They have to get something, otherwise no one would ever play them.
Well, I mean, I played a human maybe twice out of 50 something campaigns.
I think I played a human like 3 or 4 times maybe.
I don't think
I only
I've
played a
ever
human
played.
twice
I don't think I've ever played.
because I was a human.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, why would you bother to play Sims when you could play anything else and still do things that you do in Sims?
You're right. I get it out. In Sims, I play as humans all the time, so I don't need these. I don't need to play humans in these things.
I mean, I played a human when I was a part of an evil campaign.
I like to
had
play
kill the
Sims because I can build a house. I could play Skyrim and build a house.
party. As a Khajiit.
I love kids.
And her destroy race, she didn't really have one.
Yeah, she had no idea.
She's like, they all look good.
Well, the reason why she didn't have a race to destroy is because she doesn't really have that much experience in actual like real D&D. Just like she played
A lot of
Heroes,
homebrew stuff, and then
and
and then
a lot of
fan-made games and not D&D
That's true.
games. So
yeah. So she doesn't have a
We
high
haven't played
knowledge.
real D&D. Like, we haven't played a lot of real D&D.
So now we're going to Christina's like love destroy, and I'll let her take over.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
Hers are probably lame.
Loved it. Hey.
Well, let's see what it is. You're like.
Give me a D20. This is a 1 too, because that's basically what I roll.
That's nice.
Half elf.
Lame.
I know.
Wow.
While I was doing this, I realized a lot of people play half elves because they're really versatile. That's
Yeah,
why I
they're like humans that you just got done making fun of,
Hey,
but
hey.
a little bit better.
they are. And then this is the thing for
You're
fifth
so lame.
Leave me alone. This is the thing for 5th edition, where it's walking in 2 worlds, but truly belonging to neither. Half elves combine what some say are the best qualities of their elf and human parents: human curiosity, inventiveness, and ambition, tempered by the refined senses, love of nature, and artistic taste of the elves. Some half elves live among humans, set apart by their emotional and physical differences, watching friends and loved ones age while time barely touches them. Others live with the elves, growing restless as they reach adulthood in the timeless elven realms, while their peers continue to live as children. Many half-elves, unable to fit into either society, choose to live solitary lives or join with other misfits and outcasts in the adventuring life. Anyway, of the 2 worlds, like, I live that life. Being like...
You want to elaborate on that?
Being biracial, I understand what that's like, where you're kind of a part of both, but of neither. Plus, there's a lot of flexibility in that. Like, you can be with elves, you can be with half-elves, and you can...
I still like how you just got done
What?
just
Humans are
destroying
lame.
humans.
Humans are lame.
But then you pick, like, might as well be human.
No. But then there's also, like, you could choose features. Like, you could have the ears, you could not have the ears. Things like that. There's a lot of cool things that go along
There's
with
really
it.
only 2 features when it comes to elves. The ears and angular faces.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other things. Like, their body types aren't exactly the same.
They're just usually a little skinnier than humans.
Whatever. There's good...
Man.
It takes the best qualities of both, as far as I'm concerned, because that's the way it works. Plus, they have Wanderlust, and I basically play these games to, like, get through my Wanderlust, because we never go anywhere, because we don't have money. Oh, and then alignment.
We go somewhere, we go to all these conventions and everything.
We do, but it's not the same.
Rude.
And then half-elves share the chaotic bent of their elven heritage. They value both personal freedom and creative expression, demonstrating neither love for leaders nor desire for followers. They chafe at rules, resent others' demands, and sometimes prove unreliable or at least unpredictable.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I
you.
see why you like half
I live that life.
That's totally
I
you.
live that life too. So
That's totally you.
half-elves, I get you. I've been there. That's
Well, I'm
where,
surprised it's not your love, because that's like you to a T. Who said
I'm
that?
interested to see what her love is now.
Same here.
Oh, and I should mention. Oh, I have pictures of half-elves. These are just different examples that I found.
Is that like
on
a
the internet.
futuristic?
Yeah, this is not from Dungeons and Dragons. This is from some other game, but it popped up with it, and I
That
thought
look like
she looked great.
psionics.
It was some sort of sci-fi game, obviously.
That looks freaking awesome.
Doesn't she look cool? I saw it, and it was like half
She?
elf.
I thought it was a he.
No,
but-
that's a she.
That's a she.
Yeah, well, I'm not
Well,
arguing. I'm just.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
But no, that's,
She's androgynous.
That look like from Psionic.
I don't remember what it said, but it came up with that.
I like how you got 2 bards, though.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just like how the 2 bards came up. And then this barbarian-looking chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very mechanicalized.
I just thought they
though.
looked cool.
I like her. She's cool looking.
Yeah, she's cool, right? I
Yeah.
mean, I was just looking through pictures. I'm not.
Or they are cool. I don't know.
I should mention.
We shouldn't impose gender.
Whatever.
I oppose everything.
I should mention that when I made this, I only did core races because I thought that's what Caleb said, and apparently that wasn't the case.
I did not say that. By the way.
It was not. Yeah. See, when he meant core, he meant strictly actually in the
Non-homebrew.
books. Yeah. And I thought when he said core races, he meant like the ones from like the player's
I did
handbook.
even elaborate on it too.
It's my fault. So that's why like I don't have anything like super crazy in here. So my choices were like limited. So
I don't feel like I picked anything super crazy. I picked core races too.
I know, but I mean like, yeah, it's core races.
I didn't pick something out of like Oriental Adventures 3.5 D&D.
Whatever, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I went with a core. All right, and this is my love. Tieflings.
I am not surprised at all.
Huh.
During that game we played with Adam, you freaking loved your tiefling, and I'm
did.
pretty sure isn't it pronounced tiefling?
It might be tiefling. I don't know.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, you know.
Tieflings were like we played. It was 4th edition. We played with that.
Yeah, 4th edition.
Yeah,
you
so-
dirty little whore.
So like my very first Dungeons and Dragons was 4th edition, and I played a tiefling because I was like,
Up
those things are
top.
cool. Yeah. And it says, to be greeted with stares and whispers, to suffer violence and insult on the street, to see mistrust and fear in every eye. This is a lot of a tiefling. And to twist the knife, tieflings know that this is because a pact struck generations ago and fused the essence of Asmodeus, overlord of the 9 hells, into their bloodline. Their appearance and their nature are not their fault, but the result of an ancient sin, for which they and their children and their children's children will always be held accountable. I love tieflings. Plus, there's a lot of flexibility to it, so you can
I
have...
don't really think there is a lot of flexibility.
But no, I mean, like, not necessarily with, like, making it, but visually, because you can have different horns and different colors, and you can have a tail, you can not have a tail, you can have wings.
Oh, you mean flexibility and featural design.
Yes.
In features,
Yes.
but not.
Whatever. Well, that's what's important to me. Plus,
But
That's because you're all about look. You don't care about the actual fight. You just care about.
I
look good.
completely disagree with your second thing. Self-reliant, suspicious. You are not self-reliant. If I didn't feed you, You die.
I meant the suspicious part.
Well, yeah, you are suspicious, but you are not self-reliant.
These I've just pulled from other things. But no, you're right. I can be self-reliant though.
Well, you don't do it around me.
It's convenient.
Oh, I'm convenient, huh?
Entertaining.
I'm really bad with new people. I immediately approach any new person with a suspicion until like I decide I like them.
Yeah, you just saw that when she first met me, she gave me the evil eye.
I don't know evil eyes.
The stink eye.
I just don't tend to talk to new people.
No, it was the evil eye because you.
It's not.
Because you saw me and said, "Hey," and then your eyebrow twitch.
It was like, who are you?
It was really hard for me not to put tieflings on my like.
I
love
them. I think they're great.
But I wanted to play a Turtle so bad, and I've never played a Warforged, and I just love those two races so much. And I've never not loved dwarves, and I've never not loved changelings. Like changeling to me, I don't know why I didn't make it my love, because you could just be anything when you're a changeling.
Yeah, I'm sure.
True.
Anyway.
Tiefling was like number 3 away from being destroyed on me. I had to go through a lot of sorting.
There's an alignment. Tieflings might not have an innate tendency towards evil, but many of them end up there. Evil or not, an independent nature inclines many tieflings towards a chaotic alignment. I love chaotic. That's basically what I am.
Yeah, there's nothing lawful about you at all.
No, nothing. But the nice thing about the tieflings is you can kind of be like a good character, conflicted, bad character. Like, there's a lot of like gray area, and it all makes sense.
It's interesting how they were created by pure evil, and yet they have the outward appearance of it, but they could be any alignment they want.
Right. Well, my character was pretty good. She was just.
Oh man, I loved playing that game with your character and my character.
Yeah.
We had to infiltrate this it was like a base, but since I was a changeling and I was starting to like actually understand who I was as a person, I was able to morph a little bit. And I treated you like you were my slave character.
Was the worst.
I
stole your stuff because of that.
Oh yeah, you were mean.
Yeah, no, you bossed me around.
We were playing a role.
I didn't agree to it.
That's what changelings do. They pick a role and they play it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I stole your stuff.
It's nothing personal. That's what they do. Did you not read the stuff when it was up on the screen?
You were mean to me and I stole your stuff.
It wasn't personal.
It was personal to me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And then I got pictures.
Wow. I really like these.
A lot of people go with, like, the red and, like, these horns. I mean,
I like the gray. I like the gray ones.
Obviously, whoever made these, like, you know.
I mean,
it's got a similar motif going, and I think it's cool.
I have an idea before we end, but go ahead and finish.
Oh, okay. But, like, you can make them kind of pretty. Like, I found this one, and she just looks so sweet.
She looked masterful.
She does look a little bit like a sheep. But, yeah, like...
She looks like a satyr had sex with a human.
But, you know, she's just not intimidating at all.
Yeah, I mean...
And then this one's just really pretty. I like the legs, too. I always like it when people
I like the hoof legs.
Yeah,
I just noticed that. That's cool.
Like, when the character I played had all of the stats. Like, she had, like, the hoof legs and... the red skin and the horns. It's great. I loved her.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I always like it when you play with those. But I mean, yeah, it's like you don't have to make a scary looking one. They could be super cute too. But I don't know. I like them. All right, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this.
Oh God, I'm not ready for this.
I'm gonna preface this with, it's not that I don't like this. It's not that I don't like the race. It's just it's the most intimidating to me to play. Like
really?
I never
Interesting.
I never want to play it because I know it would be hard and I would hate it. Maybe.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Let's see it. Ah! No! No! Dwarves are awesome! How can you not like dwarves?
King is rich in ancient grandeur, halls carved into the roots of mountains, the echoing of picks and hammers in deep mines and blazing forges, a commitment to clan and tradition, and a burning hatred of goblins and orcs. These common threads unite all dwarves. Okay. They're unchanging as the mountain. They're stubborn. They're inflexible. They're gruff. I can't do that.
That's exactly what they are.
I know.
though. That's me.
But I can't.
It's
do
a
it.
me.
It's not me.
That is Mock 100%.
Plus, they're like there's a lot of like possession desire.
See, I think they get a bad rep with that. Yes, they do like to, you know, mine.
I know he's got to defend it.
They like to mine. They like to do things like that. But at the same time, they're not just gonna kill somebody just because, you know, a bauble was stolen. They're not gonna like go nuts.
I know, but
They're not dragons sitting on a hoard of gold.
But I was like, I've never played a character that was motivated by my material possessions. Like, that's usually not what I'm going for.
I like how you picked the most animated cartoon picture.
I don't know.
And like,
I like
then you got like the dark, gruff, you know. I was once a dwarf,
You know,
but then I was thrown out from the mountain.
Leave me alone. I'm just saying.
Now I'm Bat Dwarf.
Now I'm Bat Dwarf.
Okay, I just found these two pictures and I was like, oh, these look nice. I mean, okay, it's just...
I am vengeance. I am the knight. I do not swing from high places because I'm scared of it.
Right. Plus, I don't like dark places, and I kind of get claustrophobic too. Like,
But they're so. If you
I
go
can't do it.
and like, remember reading Aragon and remember picturing in your mind.
Yes.
What was the name of
I
the?
can't remember the name of the city, Caleb.
Oh my God! I pictured it in my mind as the most open, beautiful,
Right.
stylistic city
I'm cool
in
with that.
all of what was
I'm
the name of
kind
the
of
country?
claustrophobic too.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter right now. I'm just saying, like,
As long as I
kind
can
of
move.
claustrophobic too, so yeah, I'm a little bit with you on that part. But
As long as I can move, I'm not claustrophobic.
No,
if
like-
I'm stuck somewhere, I'm like, oh my God.
watching the people go through caves where they're like, man, they're like army crawling through space. No, like I gotta be able to walk and move my arms freely, or I'm not going. Like there's no
that's why I hate elevators.
Right, well, elevators I can handle elevators.
I can't.
Anyway, but
I
most
take the stairs.
dwarves are lawful, believing firmly in the benefits of a well-ordered society. They tend towards good as well, with a strong sense of fair play and a belief that everyone deserves to share in the benefits of a just order.
Yeah.
And party.
No, I am not lawful.
They are literally Democrats.
What?
They believe
Oh,
everybody
I
should
guess.
benefit.
But like
Yeah.
I don't.
I played a dwarf once. It was very difficult for
I can't-
me.
I love
Yeah, it's like
dwarves.
Because I mean, I'm a chaotic player, so.
Right?
I am not a
I'm
chaotic
super-
player. I am so
So
lawful.
it's like it's a well-ordered society. You got the rules from your family. You got rules for your clan, and you know. And then it's like they're the kind of people who are like, my daddy did it this way, and my grandpa did it this way, and my granddaddy did it this way. So there's no reason I should do it different because if it was good enough for them, it was good enough for me. And I'm like, I can't do that.
I'm so offended right now.
I'm just saying, I could.
I am so offended right
I-
now.
I have.
Let's see your picture of your dwarves.
There's no more.
What? You got pictures for all the other characters, but then you just like
Why would I look up a bunch of the things for my destroy?
I did.
Plus, you covered it pretty well in yours.
Well, Bat Dwarf's gonna get you later, so
He looks like a bounty hunter. I mean, he looks pretty cool. It's just,
he looks like Bat Dwarf.
I just don't think I could play it and play
Okay.
it well.
So the thing I was thinking about we should do real quick is just if you were going to play a dwarf right now, what class would it be?
Oh God.
Think about it real quick.
Mine's simple.
What would? Well, hold on. Do you need to think about it? Just blurt it out.
Paladin.
Paladin? Paladin of Morden, right there. Yeah. All right.
What do you got, JJ?
Mine's
Well, no. I'm gonna go over everybody's like choices.
Whoa. Wait, let JJ go.
I meant I was gonna go over people's actual
Oh.
choices. But I got. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
fighter.
Fighter. I would do cleric. A cleric of Morden who serves his beloved god, and brings honor to his clan. Oh, I love it. I love the idea
See,
already.
I can only
wanna-
do if I have to be like a lawful character with a dwarf, I can only do fighter.
Oh.
It's the only way I can be lawful, just stick with like officers, base, and patrol.
So, what about a tiefling for you, Christina?
Well, the tiefling I had was a warlock.
Which, that was pretty awesome. They don't have that class in 5th edition anymore. It was a 4th edition class only.
It's in 5th edition.
Wait, yeah, no, Warlock. Never mind.
What are
Sorry,
you doing?
my bad. Ignore me, guys.
Yeah, I was like, what did you
So
do?
like you like sell your soul to somebody for power.
Yeah, well, in my character's backstory, I kind of tweaked, with the DM's permission, I kind of tweaked the way tieflings worked. Like, it wasn't like some ancient person got the bloodline. It was actually like my parents. So I was like a 1st generation tiefling, and I was in contact with my father, essentially.
What about you, JJ? If you're gonna play a tiefling, what would it
He
be?
was my demon father.
If I'd be a Tiff, I'd be a wizard.
I thought sorcerer, but if I was gonna
they
be
make good sorcerers.
No,
I
they
was
made
gonna-
awesome sorcerer, but I would go with a wizard only because the simple fact it just make throw that little surprise element.
If I was gonna play a tiefling, I would probably play either a rogue, trying to live off the streets with that kind of backstory, or I would do a demonic blood sorcerer. So, and for your half elf choice for class, what would it be?
Good question.
I picked that thing on the right.
Whatever she is.
Psionic.
I can go ahead and answer real quick if you want. I would totally play a ranger. It just makes sense. Everything you just said for the character's backstory and everything, for the general backstory of half elves, rangers living on the fringe of society, barely, only going into civilization when absolutely necessary, living off the land, that kind of stuff. A ranger I love rangers too. Rangers are fun to play.
Well,
They have magic, they have a little bit of magic. They're very martial characters.
Cool.
What would you pick?
Bard.
right. Well, the half-elf I'm playing right now is playing a homebrew class, but it's kind of a mixture of sorcerer and warlock. But I would say maybe druid. I haven't tried a druid yet, but I would be willing to try that.
Well, real quick, I want to go into JJ's options real quick and go over them. Go through his thumbs real quick. Oops. So, Genasi, what would you play, Christina?
Is it Genasi? Oh yeah, I would probably go with sorcerer. I
Sorcerer?
think they just go together really well.
JJ?
Honestly, even though I'm currently playing something else, my Genasi, I probably would do a druid.
If I was going to play a Genasi, I would play a Earth Genasi as a fighter. And I would like to put in the flavor that I create my weapons out of myself, kind of thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This Earth Genasi is looking pretty cute.
Yeah, but the only
I
reason
think
I would
she
go
looks
with a
pretty
druid because the druids do have some good things. I think would probably benefit Genasi pretty well.
I mean, if I was going to play any other kind of Genasi besides an Earth one, I would definitely play probably some kind of magic caster, like a sorcerer or something. But half-orc, Christina, what would you do?
I don't know if I'd ever play a half-orc.
Like,
This is the situation where for some reason you've decided to do it. Go.
I'd be a fighter then.
Barbarian all the way.
Well, I have to do with my boy Nordic and go monk.
Monks. Oh, and then Dragonborn. So JJ, what would be your if you played a Dragonborn, what would it be?
I'll go barbarian. Just to benefit from the rage feature.
Christina?
I just thought of this because it'd be funny. I don't know if it'd be a good class for it, but I just was like, it'd be funny, a Dragonborn bard.
That'd be interesting.
The voice of a leather-winged angel.
I think if I was gonna play
Oh, this was not the time when Timot was here.
that's actually pretty good. I think if I was gonna play a Dragonborn, I would play I'd probably do Paladin because I'd want to worship either Tiamat or Bahamut, and just go full on in with the devotion,
Now I kind of want to make a Dragonborn bard. Even if I wasn't good at it, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, the only ones
We're
here
not doing
for
your honorable mentions.
we're doing my honorable mentions.
This video is already too loud.
Yeah, it's already long enough that it doesn't matter. So Tortle,
Cool.
I would just multi-class the crap out of it. So that's
Same.
my answer.
I mean,
Right, I mean,
based
that's
off
what
of
you
them
have
it is,
to.
you have to multi-class.
You
You
kinda
don't
have
have to just randomly choose things and go from there.
So Warforge, what would you do?
I mean, well, for a base for Warforge, I would use a fighter as a base.
Yeah,
I would
think
totally do
fighter.
that too, but then I'd want to go somewhere with
Warrior
it,
fighter.
like find religion, or maybe start to develop an appreciation for nature, or maybe
mean-
find a musical talent and cross class into one of those.
I mean, it will literally take place on how the campaign that Warforge would be in, and it would depict the rest of the run. But like starting off
Yeah,
as a
what
fighter,
you were created for.
yeah. So like literally just starting out as a fighter is just the best. It's a great start.
You were created to make music. You have like a music box in your chest. You just wind it up.
So for a changeling, what would you do? I would totally do rogue, every time. It just makes sense. They're always on the run. They're always, trying to find a way to live and thrive in society. And a rogue gives them the skills needed to get out of situations that they tend to find themselves in. Plus, they take advantage of that mindset of being a rogue into the application of their talents.
I would go a dark cleric.
Worship a god like the faceless one.
Yeah. Totally. Like I would literally go a cleric, but I would go down a darker path with it because it just makes sense to
What
me.
about you?
I think they're kind of built for rogues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they totally built for rogue.
It sounds like, what's the word? It sounds expected.
Yeah.
But I like some of those. I like some of those races and classes that just work so well together. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for sticking with us. This was a long episode, but we talked about a lot of interesting stuff. I'm going to go back to our title screen real quick. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, head on down to that like button and just give it a little like right there. And if you're new, make sure you hit that little bell and subscribe so you always know when some Mock Creations content is coming your way. It's been a while since we've done a Like, Love, Destroy, but we got some more planned. We already got one planned for next week, and we got a couple planned for the following weeks after that. So we got some more coming your way. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And I think I can say freely that we're done here, and we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.